Tony? 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 Wait, who's Tony? Award season might feel like it goes on for half the year, and that's because, well, it does. But they always save the best for last. Tony nominations came out recently, and I've got the main scoop for you. Last week, actors Darren Criss and Uzo Aduba unveiled the lucky performers, shows, and creatives on CBS and YouTube, and fans immediately shared reactions, including opinions on who landed nominations, and controversially, who was left out. Stick around to the end to find out which shows are up for Best Musical of the Year. Welcome to Showbiz Roundup. My name is CJ, and I'm an Atlantic Canadian performing artist and leader known for kooky character roles, empowering drag productions, and confidence-building community offerings. Be sure to subscribe for more showbiz news like this, plus chaotic comedy bits and exciting performances. Like any awards institution, there are always records being broken and firsts being made. This time is no different, with the play Marjorie Prime as the vehicle for the latest Tony records. June Squibb, who made her Broadway debut in Gypsy in 1959, is up for Best Featured Actress, making history as the oldest nominee ever. She's 96 years old. That's impressive. Previous Tony winner Danny Burstein, also being recognized for Marjorie Prime, has now broken the record for the most nominated male actor in Tony's history, with his 9th nomination. Overachieved much? For Best Musical Revival, category is Broadway, with 2 of the 3 nominees being majorly queer shows. I'm talking about the celebrated return of the Rocky Horror Show starring Luke Evans and Cats the Jellicle Ball. Check out my recent video on this queer ballroom-inspired production led by Andre DeShields. Actors nominated for plays include Daniel Radcliffe for The One-Hander Every Brilliant Thing, and Nathan Lane for the classic Death of a Salesman. And for women, we've got Rose Byrne for Fallen Angels, and Leslie Manville for Oedipus. Before we get to the nominees for the Best Musical, let's talk about the people and shows who were disappointed not to be shortlisted for awards. The biggest surprises were several snubs for the Chess Revival, as many expected nods for 2 of its stars, perennial favorite Tveit and Lea Michele, who made her long-awaited Broadway return in 2022's Funny Girl. Although Chess isn't among the contenders for Best Revival, it still received nominations as a production, and Nicholas Christopher will represent the show in the Best Leading Actor category. Other musical misses include previous Elphaba Jessica Vosk for Beaches, and Stephen Schwartz's The Queen of Versailles, which starred his original Ms. Popular, Kristen Chenoweth. What does the Tonys have against former witches? Back in the plays realm, big names like Jean Smart, Adrian Brody, and Keanu Reeves failed to make the cut for their turns in well-reviewed titles like Call Me Izzy, Fear of 13, and the latest revival of Waiting for Godot. And finally, moving on to the prestigious category of Best Musical. The first 2 in this exclusive lineup are tied for the most nominations of the year, with 12 each. It's SCHMIGADOON.
She's never heard of corn pudding!
Oh no, it's a song. You started another song. Can we opt out of this one, please? We just do it one
and the LOST Boys. Both musicals are also up for Best Book, Best Score, Best Direction, Best Choreography, Best Book, Best Score, Best Direction, Best Choreography, plus several design categories. On top of that, they both have cast members in the running for acting awards, including Anna Gasteyer for Featured Actress in SCHMIGADOON. So it's not all bad luck for formerly wicked women. Also in the Best Musical category is what some may consider to be the dark horse. 2 Strangers Carry a Cake Across New York. This whimsical 2-hander carried itself across the pond last year after exceptional runs in London. And rounding out the category is the cult-turned-mainstream hit TITANIQUE. It's rare to see a parody musical make its way all the way up the theater ladder. But after an outstanding 3-year run off-Broadway, they said, "Shall we go for Broadway?" And they did. TITANIQUE also got acting nominations, including one for Marla Mindell as Céline Dion. Félicitations, mademoiselle! And that's your Tonys nominations recap. The 79th annual ceremony will be hosted by international pop icon Pink at Radio City Music Hall. Will you be watching the broadcast? And who will you be rooting for? It all goes down June 7th on CBS. Boyband boys bolstering box offices with Broadway belting ballads and bows. Bravo! Now say that 3 times fast. NSYNC's Joey Fatone isn't saying bye to theater anytime soon. After his most recent stint on Broadway as, incidentally, Lance in & Juliet last year, Joey and his bandmate JC Chasez have joined the producer team of the iceberg hit Titanique. Back in the early 2000s, Joey made his Broadway debut in Rent, followed by a turn as Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors. While JC has never performed on or off Broadway himself, he did star in a film, Opening Night, which had him playing a version of himself leading a fictional Broadway musical about to go off the rails. In more boybander turned theater producer news, Labelless, created by 98 Degrees' Drew Lachey, the brother of Nick Lachey, returns off-Broadway. This musical combines original compositions with some familiar pop hits for a unifying experience that reminds us all of our shared humanity, imagining a life beyond labels. Previews for this limited engagement begin June 10th. That's it for your latest edition of Showbiz Roundup. Be sure to hit subscribe, and you might as well turn on notifications so you catch all my videos, including more entertainment news like this. You can find me on social media at Stages of CJ. And remember, art is the universal language. Boyband boys bolstering box offices with Broadway belting ballads and bows. Bravo!